Gaza conflict, Israel restarts airstrikes amid rocket fire. Israel has resumed its airstrikes on Gaza after its brief ceasefire was met with continuing rocket fire. Israel had earlier accepted an Egyptian truce proposal for the conflict and stopped operations on Tuesday morning. However, the armed wing of Hamas, which controls Gaza, rejected the initiative as a surrender. Palestinian officials say at least 192 people have been killed by Israeli airstrikes launched 8 days ago to stop militants firing rockets into Israel. At least 4 Israelis have been seriously injured since the violence flared, but none have been killed. Carry condemnation. The Israel Defense Forces said about 50 rockets had been fired into Israel during the 6 hours it had halted airstrikes on Tuesday. At least 2 new targets in Gaza have been struck by Israeli airstrikes. Under the terms of the Egyptian initiative, the ceasefire should have been followed by a series of meetings in Cairo with high-level delegations from the two sides. There has been no definitive response to the initiative from Hamas. Early on Tuesday, a Hamas spokesman in Cairo said it was still considering the offer, but other Hamas sources said its attacks would increase in ferocity and intensity unless Israel released prisoners and cooperated with Egypt to lift economic restrictions on Gaza. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said he could not condemn strongly enough Hamas actions in continuing to fire rockets. Israel's Security Cabinet, convened by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, had approved the truce on Tuesday morning, minutes before the proposed time for it to come into effect, at 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock GMT. We agreed to the Egyptian proposal in order to give an opportunity for the demilitarization of the Gaza Strip, from missiles, from rockets and from tunnels, through diplomatic means, Mr. Netanyahu said. But he then added, if Hamas does not accept the ceasefire proposal, as would now seem to be the case, Israel would have all international legitimacy to broaden the military operation to achieve the required quiet. The BBC's Kevin Connolly said that Israel's rapid acceptance of the Egyptian ceasefire proposal was a smart tactical move. If the deal had held, Israel would have been happy with the outcome, he says, because it has damaged stockpiles of weapons that Hamas will find difficult to replenish.